Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 78 years of independence, and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030, Viksit Bharat at 2025 to 2047. As part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations and celebrations. And we wish you all happy Navaratri. And today is also commemorated as Ayudha Puja. Generally, Ayudha Puja is celebrated on Durga Ashtami and also Mahanavami and also on Vijayadashmi based on their feasibility. Generally, mostly it is celebrated on Durga Ashtami, Ayudha Puja, but depending on the prevailing situations at devotees' premises, it can be celebrated on these 3 days. So today, we are commemorating International Day of Older Persons on 1st October every year. This year, the theme for 2025 is Older Persons Driving Local and Global Action, Our Aspirations, Our Well-Being, and Our Rights. So the number of people aged 60 years or over has been doubled from around 541 million in 1995 to 1.2 billion in 2025 and is projected to reach 2.1 billion by 2050. By 2080, persons aged 65 or older will outnumber children under 18. Global life expectancy has reached 73.5 years in 2025, an increase of 8.6 years since 1995. The number of persons aged 80 years or over is growing even faster and is projected to surpass the number of infants by mid-2030s and reach 265 million. As populations age, the demand for healthcare and social support has surged, especially for those with conditions like dementia, the major cause of dependency and disability in older adults. Specialized care is now essential to meet the growing needs. Women, who comprise most care recipients and caregivers, contribute roughly 70% of the global informal care hours. So this is especially true in low and middle income countries with limited care services, making women more vulnerable to poverty in old age. So the 2025 United Nations International Day of Older Persons, observed under the theme Older Persons Driving Local and Global Action, Our aspirations, our well-being, and our rights highlights the transformative role older persons play in building resilient and equitable societies. Far from being passive beneficiaries, older persons are drivers of progress, contributing their knowledge and experience in areas such as health, equity, financial well-being, community resilience, and human rights advocacy. The political declaration and the Madrid International Plan of Action in Aging, MIPAA, adopted in 2002, remain cornerstones of global aging policy, promoting a society for all ages through action on development, health, and supportive environments. The 2025 theme reflects these principles by recognizing older persons as drivers of progress at both local and global levels. Momentum has also been reinforced by recent international developments. In April 2025, the Human Rights Council advanced this agenda by adopting Resolution 58 by 13, supported by 81 member states to establish an open-ended working group tasked with drafting a legally binding instrument to promote and protect human rights of older persons. This landmark step reflects the growing recognition of older persons as right holders and change makers. Demographic shifts make action more urgent than ever. Older persons are in rapidly growing segment of society, especially in developing countries. Policies that empower older persons ensure equitable access to healthcare and social protection and eliminate discrimination are essential for sustainable development in aging world. By amplifying the voices of older persons and recognizing their contributions, the 2025 International Day Services serves as a platform for older persons to voice their aspirations, advocates for their rights, and call for policies that ensure their dignity and well-being. So the 2025 Older Persons Day event at UN headquarters in New York, sponsored by the Permanent Mission of Argentina and organized by the NGO Committee on Aging and UNDISA, will highlight the leadership of older persons in advancing community and global initiatives. The program includes a keynote address and a moderated interactive panel discussions. So on 14th December 1990, the United Nations General Assembly designated October 1st as the International Day of Older Persons. With Resolution 75 by 106, this was preceded by initiatives such as Vienna International Plan of Action on Aging, which was adopted by the 1982 World Assembly on Aging and endorsed later that year by the UN General Assembly. In 1991, the General Assembly adopted the United Nations Principles for Older Older Persons, Resolution 46 by 91. In 2002, the Second World Assembly on Aging adopted the Madrid International Plan of Action on Aging to respond to the opportunities and challenges of population aging in the 21st century and to promote the development of a society for all ages. The number of older people defined as those aged 65 years or older tripled from around 260 million in 1980 to 761 million in 2021. Between 2021 and 2050, the global share of older population is projected to increase from less than 10% to around 17%. So rapid growth in the number of people reaching older ages underscores the significance of promoting health, perceiving and treating illness throughout the entire course of life. In societies with aging population, it becomes imperative to adjust to the increasing number of elderly individuals who possess a diverse range of functional capacities. The capability to carry out essential functions and partake in everyday activities is influenced not solely by the individual inherent capacity, but also by the social and physical environment in which they reside. Supportive environments play a pivotal role in assisting older individuals to maintain their activity levels and independence as they progress in age. So the decade of healthy aging 2021 to 2030 is an opportunity to bring together government, civil society, international agencies, professionals, academia, the media, and the private sector for a 10 years of concern, catalytic and collaborative action to improve the lives of older people, their families, and the communities in which they live. So population aging is poised to become one of the most significant social transformations of the 21st century, with implications for nearly all sectors of society, including labor and financial markets, the demand for goods and services such as housing, transportation, and social protection, as well as the family structures and intergenerational ties. Today is also commemorated as International Coffee Day on October 1st. Every year, making the daily journey from tropical Africa to the breakfast mugs of households all over the world. Coffee beans have been scattered all over the world for more than 600 years, and their preparation for consuming is a great example of metamorphosis. Humanity has been preparing coffee for many presentations, drinks, candies, medicine, and some ancient civilizations even used it as a currency. No matter how you take it, coffee can energize you, warm you up, refresh you, and keep you awake, even catch you up with your loved ones. But keep check on it. You can become addicted, and it can also be deterrent to your health. Finally, after a long time among humanity in 2014, the International Coffee Organization declared October 1st as an International Coffee Day on occasion to celebrate coffee as a beverage and raise awareness for the plight of the coffee growers. For medicine and psychology, caffeine is a central nervous system stimulant, and that is because it has similar molecular structure to the adenosine, which allows it to bind to adenosine receptors on the brain and resembles a neurotransmitter. One of the main objects of this day is to create awareness about the process that implicates coffee's production and to promote healthy and safe methods and procedures not only for humans but also for the planet. Caffeine is a stimulant that alone increases activity in the central nervous system. It can increase energy levels and alertness, plus it improves mental performance. Coffee is the second largest traded commodity right after crude oil and the most consumed beverage after water. According to a Harvard's Healthy Publishing study, coffee drinkers tend to live longer, plus they have a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. And there are also positive and negative studies accordingly. Today is also commemorated as International Walk to School Day on October 1st every year, especially on first Wednesday in October. So the weather is just right for kids to take to the streets and get some exercise. IWTSD, in short known for International Walk to School Day, gives students all over the globe the opportunity to make the impact on the environment. The observance creates awareness and inspires local action on creating a safer and environmentally sustainable environment. So, International Walk to School Day is an annual observance that started as a way of creating awareness for walkable communities. It has since grown to become a series of international events taking place in more than 40 countries. Thousands of students in schools across the globe take to the streets and participate in IWTSD events in their local communities each year. It was first observed in the early 1990s in Britain. The Partnership for a Walkable America is credited with promoting this day. In North America by 1997. In 2004, Active and Safe Routes to School started organizing local events at schools. They built on the success holding events at several schools since then. Students in schools all across US, including the District of Columbia, Guam, and Puerto Rico, contribute to the annual IWTSD celebrations. Student rally to walk and inspire conversations about creating safer communities, environmental conservation, and health-conscious transportation habits. IWTSD sheds light on several important issues such as traffic safety and environmental pollution. It is an important initiative in educating the world about the dangers of environmental pollution. Walking also happens to be an excellent form of exercise. Its health benefits are often underappreciated compared to jogging. However, even while not being as physically demanding, walking regularly is a great way to stay fit and healthy. This day continues to gain popularity over time thanks to the organizers, schools, and participating students. Today, we celebrate the impact of this observance and effort of organizers that make initiative what it is. Today is also commemorated as International Music Day. On October 1st, in 1974, the International Music Council declared that International Music Day would be celebrated on October 1st every year. So celebrate this day even if you don't play music by actively appreciating and enjoying the power of music in bringing people together. Since its inception in 1949, the International Music Council, an associate organization of UNESCO, strongly felt that music has the power to unite communities and foster world peace. The Council, especially its president in 1975, World Evdi Menuhin, firmly believed that music can strengthen relationship and bridge cultural gaps among communities. Realizing this, the Council decided to devote one day in a year to music. The aim was to harness the power of music to unite communities and cultures and inspire them to coexist harmoniously. Lord Ehumdi Menun, arguably America's most prolific violinist and music conductor at that time, as the president of International Music Council, wrote a letter to the IMC members proclaiming October 1st as an International Music Day. In the letter, he clearly spelled out the reasons for marking this day. The International Music Day was intended to encourage promoting musical art among all sections of society, motivate the appreciation of UNESCO's ideals of peace and friendship among people, create space for evolution of cultures through the exchange of experiences, encourage mutual appreciation of cultures, especially their aesthetic values. Since the first International Music Day on October 1st, 1975, over 150 countries across the globe have celebrated the power of music to unite societies, communities, and people. So the day offers people an occasion to celebrate music and contribute towards a more peaceful, joyful, and harmonious society. Even on this day, include concerts, exhibitions, seminars on creating music, lectures, music conferences, and so on. Today is also commemorated as World Vegetarian Day. Approximately 10% of the world's population is vegetarian, and India has the lowest per capita meat consumption in the world. On October 1st, we celebrate the benefits of being a vegetarian and admit that the meatless lifestyle can actually be awesomely delicious. So get out of the carrot sticks, tofu, cheese pizza, veggie burgers, and other meat-free delights because it's world vegetarian. Even if you're not a vegetarian, become one for a day and try to be for the rest of the life. Bring some vegetarian food to share with your office or schoolmates. Don't want to put in any extra effort. Buy a ready-made veggie tray. Everybody loves veggie trays, even the most avid meat eaters. Are you type of person who skips over the vegetarian section of the menu without so much as a cursory glance? Today, take the opportunity to explore the veggies offering and opt for a meatless meal. Who knows? Maybe it will be more delicious than that steak. Some of the freshest and most delicious vegetables and fruits can be found at your local farmers market. With fall in the air, and you're sure to find diverse offerings of meatless foods to appeal to any taste or mood, including pumpkin. So, going meatless not only spares animals, it also conserves fossil fuel. It takes 78 calories of fossil fuel to churn out 1 calorie of beef, but just 1 calorie of fossil fuel to produce 1 calorie of soybeans. So that's 780% more efficient than meat production. Vegetarian diets typically involve consuming lots of good stuff that you can't always find in meat, like fiber, folic acid, vitamin C and E, magnesium, unsaturated fat, and tons of phytochemicals. That translates into lower cholesterol, reduced risk of heart disease, lower blood pressure, and a healthier weight. It's good for your body. Meatless diets get a bad rap for being bland and tasteless, but that's not always true. Almost any vegetable can be turned into a scrumptious veggie based pancakes, pizzas, as long as it doesn't contain sausage. It's totally still an option. Ice cream is good to go. Who said vegetarians can have fun? Today is also commemorated as World Steak Day, which is celebrated annually on October 1st to recognize steak and its contributions to Japanese culture. From ceremonies to obviously celebrations, the day is also to deepen people's love for steak and understanding of this beverage. It doesn't matter if you live in or outside Japan because the day is for all steak lovers all over in the world. World Steak Day marks the beginning of an annual rice harvest when steak production in Japan begins. So gather together and enjoy this Japanese drink, kampa. Today is also commemorated as Teachers' Day in Uzbekistan on October 1st every year. So this is devoted to the nation's teachers and educators, although the festival has only been registered as an official holiday for a few years. It has quickly become a vital custom that the public has enthusiastically embraced. The day emphasizes the importance of the facts. Teachers' Day in Uzbekistan is an unexpectedly serious affair because of the nation's established culture of high regard for teachers. Suan San, a Chinese scientist in the 7th century, claimed that the, he witnessed the first-year-old boys in Samarkand being taught to read, write, and count. So Central Asia was a global center of learning in the 8th century. Uzbekistan government has prioritized creating laws that improve the country's educational system. In fact, the education law was one of the first laws passed after Uzbekistan gained independence from the Soviet Union in June 1990. There is also commemorated as Nigeria Independence Day in Nigeria. It celebrates country independence from British rule, which occurred in 1960. The government of Nigeria celebrates this day annually. The president address to the public marks the beginning of the festivities. This is broadcasted on radio and television. The Nigerian Armed Forces, the Nigeria Police Force, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Workforce, and the National Education Services. There is also commemorated as National Raccoon Day on October 1st. Every year, it is not limited to just raccoons. It extends to all misunderstood animals called pests such as coyotes, spiders, and snakes. This day encourages people to look more closely at raccoons, not as a nuisance, but as an important factor in the ecosystem. Many are even kept as pets, however, these are by sanctuaries and rescuers with profound knowledge about the creatures. They are not to be kept like other domesticated animals. So National Raccoon Day was brought to light through the efforts of an young Californian girl in 2002. She spread awareness of the significance of raccoons in the ecosystem. The following year, International Raccoon Appreciation Day became widely accepted among those who have shared similar dreams. Raccoons are medium-sized nocturnal, omnivorous, and furry animals with dark marks around their eyes. They are highly ubiquitous animals that live in dens, on trees, and We collectively work to clear the misconception surrounding these animals and look for practical steps to help save their habitat. Remember, just like all other animals, raccoons have their role in ecosystem. Without them, the balance would have cannot remain the same. Due to their adaptability to new environments, they can be found as far as north as Alaska. They can adapt to new environments. Raccoons hands are very small and sensitive. So there are 20 times more raccoons in the cities than there were 70 years ago. They are getting popular in the city. Toronto is the raccoon capital of the world. No matter what, we can't help but adore them because they are so cute. They are very cuddly and can be very affectionate too. There is also commemorated as National Pumpkin Seed Day in US. The first Wednesday in October serves up a yummy delight as food lovers mark National Pumpkin Seed Day. The delicious treats make the perfect snack for the season. Foodies across the country will definitely leave tons of experience with tasty flavor of roasted pumpkins. Add the fact that these seeds have tons of health benefits and it's little wonder. Pumpkin seeds, also known as piptas, have been recognized for their medicinal and dietary properties for hundreds of years, according to the archaeological studies of an excavated tomb in central Mexico. The first record of pumpkin seeds stretches back to 7000 BC. One ounce of small seed packs of a staggering 8.5 grams of plant-based protein. This is about 2.5. So without their shells, pumpkin seeds make a tasty snack. To get the best out of these flavored packed treats, try dry roasting them or working in some savory seasonings. They are versatile and can even be added into a bowl of ice cream. Stuff them into baked goods for the extra crunch as much away for the added protein to your power bars and granolas. Today is also commemorated as National Homemade Cookie Day on October 1st in US. with the average person consuming almost 19,000 cookies in a lifetime. It is no surprise why we celebrate National Today is also commemorated as National Hair Day in US. Since ancient times, women and men have been obsessed with their hair. Cleopatra washed her with donkey's milk. Today, for many women, hair is high maintenance because how you wear your hair makes a statement about you. So color your hair purple with polka dots, braid it, throw a weave in it, or just wear your short hair and flirty. So today is a day to celebrate your personality as personified by your hair and sent to explore ways to keep it. Today is also commemorated as Ayudha Puja, which is known as Astra Puja, celebrated on the ninth day of Navratri every year in India and Hindu diaspora and Indian diaspora across the world. This year it falls on October 1st. People worship and revere the objects and instruments referred to their profession and livelihood on this auspicious day. As per lunar solar calendar, commonly used by the Hindu community, Navaratri starts from the new moon of Ashwini month and a 9-day long festival that celebrates the victory of goddess Durga over a demon named Mahishasura. However, multiple versions of this exist. There are various legends related to the day of Ayudha Puja. The most popular legend comes from Mahabharata, the greatest Hindu epic. According to the Mahabharata, Arjuna, the third Pandava prince, retrieved his weapons after completing his Vanavasa or exile, wherein he had to spend 14 years in a forest. The Pandavas were sent to the Vanvasa after they lost everything in gamble, which was rigged by their enemy, the Kauravas. After retrieving the weapons, the Pandavas fought the Kauravas and won their lives and kingdom back. Devotees worship their weapons, tools, instruments, and books on this day. As we progress into the modern age, weapon worship lost its significance, and with the related objects of work and occupation taking their place as objects of worship and a token of gratitude for them. Today is also commemorated as Durga Puja on Navami. It is October 1st. It takes place on the ninth day of the festival in India called Durga Puja. The festival manifests the visit of goddess Durga to her home and children. This festival is celebrated all over India and reflects their religion, customs, traditions. On the day of Navami, Hindu families plan and organize a grand puja to goddess Durga, praying and seeking her grace and blessings. On the day she overthrows the demon Mahishasura, along with the people, believe she brought world peace, prosperity, and tranquility. So another legend associated on Mahanavami, Mahishasura was a demon with extraordinary powers. However, the Asuras, demons, always lost their battle against the gods. Tired of constantly being defeated, Mahishasura pledged to change this thing, sacrificing his sleep, food, and all comforts of life. He meditated on Brahma, the creator of the universe and all life for many years. He, with unwavering devotion and focus, prayed to Brahma. Brahma was pleased. He appeared to Mahishasura and told him that he could ask for anything and his wish would be granted. Mahishasura asked Brahma for a boon that would make him invincible, left no man or god be able to defeat me. He said in his arrogance, Mahishasura believed that no woman could ever defeat him. Brahma granted him the boon. The Mahishasura unleashed the reign of terror. Soon he captured the earth. Next, he attacked the heavenly abode of Indra, the king of gods, and captured it too. All the powerful weapons that were gods hurled at him were futile. Mahishasura seemed to be invincible, and the gods were helpless. All eyes then turned up towards goddess Parvati. She immediately took the avatar of Durga, and Durga had 10 hands, fierce eyes, and gold ornaments. She looked beautiful and yet terrifying. Riding a lion, she charged into battle with Mahishasura. Mahishasura was powerful and had the ability to shapeshift between the human and buffalo forms. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you everyone for joining us. We request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form, which has been raised in the form of votes. See you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link with different commemorations. After filling up the feedback form, you may leave the platform. So wishing you Vijayadashmi in advance. Take care. Good night.